Hi, everybody. It is Wednesday, December 22nd. It's getting close to Christmas. And yesterday was the shortest day. It's the winter solstice. And again, I got another download. So, as usual, I'm just going to try to decipher it the best I can. Because, somebody out there might resonate with this or might make sense. So, as I've told you before, I kind of work or volunteered for. It's called Council of Five. It's a intergalactic group. I know this is going to sound wacky and everything, but it's almost like kind of a police force almost. It's to make sure that there's balance and kind of just try to help guide things so they don't get too out of hand. Because in reality, what kind of is going on in these physical realities is kind of a free for all to a certain extent. So it's meant to be like that because we want things to take their natural course, but we have to watch out for negative interventions. Basically, it's like if they're intervening, so we watch out for that and we kind of police that. But what we generally do is, I'm talking about the Council of Five, is we report to the Nine, is all I can say. I don't know if it's a Council of Nine, but we just call it the Nine for some reason. And yeah, they kind of explain this. Well, they've been explaining this to me for a while, but they just keep clarifying it to me. And the Nine are known as, okay, when we give it names, it's because we're naming it. It's not that they have these names or something. So, but we just call them that because we have, especially the human species, for some reason, we have to give things names. I don't know. It's kind of quirky thing about us. So they're kind of known as the seeders or the watchers. They're the ones that created. They create universes. So, and this is one of them that they've been watching over. But again, it's not just by themselves too. But I mean, they create galaxies and universes, and then they let them play out. That's kind of what it boils down to. And then, as light beings like we are, we're spirits. We decide to inhabit them, to play out and live out interesting, adventurous experiences. That's really I'm just trying to simplify it. So, anyway, so that's kind of the gist of what's kind of going on down here. They told me that this started, this particular liberation thing started in about 200 years ago in our timeline. And there is no time where they come from, but in our timeline, it was the destruction of the last big empire, which is the Tartarian Empire. If you go looking for it, or if you know anything about it, it was kind of a big civilization, which was basically on the cusp of space exploration. It was really quite advanced, almost as advanced as what's it called? Atlantis, almost like that, but just kind of a different version of us. This is our real history. But also beware out there that the dark entities knew that we would try to figure. Oh, well, sooner or later we're going to figure it out. They figured that. They knew that. That we'd go looking for clues on these, which doesn't make sense. Like our timelines, we're just taught those. Really, the history that we know now only started about 200 years ago. That's because they rewrote history. They're just rewriting everything. And completely everybody's memories were either wiped out or we were all destroyed. And then it was a restart with just children. If you look into that, the children trains and things like that. But the problem is they knew that we'd be looking for this, so they wanted to mix. They've been, over the last 2 years in particular, they've been mixing the flat Earth in with it because they want to further confuse us and not for us to not find out the truth. So you got to just kind of just ignore that CIA program of flat Earth thing and just, yeah, they're trying to mix the two together, saying which doesn't make sense anyway. Tartaria and flat Earth, they don't work, not together. Anyway, so this rescue operation that we're working on right now is been planned for at least 200 years. Well, definitely probably longer than that, but I'm just saying the one that I'm participating in for sure. And they also explained to me why it's taking longer to for this operation to come to a finish. It's the best way for me to describe it is, well, first of all, we got to once the breakdown of the old system is completed, then we have to do a rebuilding, and that's kind of what I'll be mostly participating in. But the breakdown of the old system it's a delicate operation. Is kind of what they were telling me. Like I said, it's almost automatic writing. They give me thoughts, and I just literally just keep writing it out as it comes. And here, I'll just kind of read some of this out to you. It says, the 9, which I call them the Seeders or the Watchers, they guide and gently and subtly influence Earth humans towards a positive future. That's what they're trying to do. But not only to benefit Terra or Earth, but also the galaxy and the universe. It's to balance the galaxies and universes, because the negative influences just got too out of hand. That's the way to describe it. All universes have this benevolent guide systems in place, mostly just to monitor and to leave things alone, to create unique creations. This is what Source is just set up for. Well, we've all set these up for ourselves because we're all part of Source. We let things take their own course, and as much as we can. We are all part of Creator, God, and Source, is what they said. We're all part of this. All creatures and beings are collected. Sorry, not collected. Are connected to their host planet or worlds. It is kind of a physical, almost like electromagnetic frequency. That each world has its own unique frequency, like this whatever radio dial you're listening to, or reality, physicality. They all have their own physicalities too. A lot of them are similar, but a lot of them are it's a completely different system. You know, life forms are completely such a wide variety of them. As these entities come and contact with, they collectively co-create their surroundings and physical laws. This also means that they connect with the planet and its consciousness, being grounded, where we become one with Earth. We're the same substance, same materials, everything. Carbon-based, H2O. They said that this operation to give it balance again basically to kick out all the negative entities that have been dragging us down and using us, is a delicate, is very delicate because and should be best done slowly. It's the slower the better. If only a few wake up and try to steer the reality to a different direction, it becomes like a tug of war between two sides, and that's kind of what we've been doing lately. What we need is a higher percentage of people to wake up in order for us to move forward. They gave me an example of, it's like we're all connected and we're all going, especially because we all fell for the old narrative, and we're all sort of manifesting that world of taxes and slavery and the elites and all that stuff. But we were actually creating it for them because we're falling for their lies. So to quickly just change that system, it's too abrupt. They said it needs to be a slow transition. It's like you got angry at your computer and you just pulled out the cord, you know what I mean, and so that it powered down. Well, you're doing damage by overreacting that way. It's almost like, okay, we got to slowly fix the problem. It's the best way to do it. So that's kind of what the situation that we're in right now. And that's why it's taking longer, and it's taking longer because it was a bigger project than I think we realized. They're really deeply rooted all over the place, but we've been getting help from off planet, as everybody kind of figured out by now, and but it's also up to us to do the main part of the work on Earth here. So anyway, it's taken longer, but they said it's the best way to do it is to do it more slowly for everybody to wake up. So as frustrating as it is, it's like I kind of got that feeling, you know, even last year. It's like, okay, a bunch of us are figuring it out. It's like, okay, we're being used. Look out, we're being lied to. Don't do this, don't do that. Don't fall for this, don't fall for that. You know what I mean? But we tell it to the people that are still deeply connected to the old system, and they're like, you are crazy. They think we're crazy. But sooner or later, they're going to come around. They're going to see what we've been seeing. And basically, the good guys have been just letting it play out just so that it's almost like an exaggerated version of what we've been seeing. When we figured it out, it was a little more subtle, whereas now it's right in our faces. So it's easier to figure it out. And so, yeah, they're figuring it out. And this should be done. They keep telling me, sort of, keep getting this impression by the end of this year. And then next year, 2022, is going to be the recovery year. It's going to be us waking up and realizing, okay, and disconnecting from this old system. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Yeah, this is just a little short update. Take it or leave it. Take it with a grain of salt. But just know, you guys, that, you know, as crazy as I sound and everything, I'm just trying to just relay things that I've been told, and if they make sense to you guys, great. If not, I'm just listening to them, and I'm kind of awaking along with everybody else. The reason why I keep, you know, believing in what I'm hearing is because when I get told something, I usually check to see if other people are saying the same thing, and if they do, it's like, great, okay, I'm not the only one thinking this. And that's been happening a lot. Like, I've been really aligning a lot with a lot of people out there going, yeah, that's the same message I've been getting. So I'm just gonna keep relaying whatever I hear. You guys try to make sense of it too as well. So yeah, I probably won't do another video until probably after Christmas. So just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and if this is working, we're gonna get out of this soon. Okay, take care. Bye.